Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Tura frosted glass 10 light mobile pendant. This is the 131160. So there's another Tura pendant just like this, another mobile pendant. That one's going to be using seeded glass, and I did a really nice video on that when I had the Tura singular piece, one of the singular ones, right on the table, so you can check that out too. I would watch both videos, and you can probably glean a lot of information off of both. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and when we're talking about the size of the fixture, we're talking about one of the individual pieces, and it's coming in at 15 inches tall. The diameter of this is coming in at 48.9. It's going to be encompassing all of the pieces, all 10. If you need this to be bigger or smaller, we do custom sizes. So you would email us and say you're looking at a 131160, and you would tell us all the parameters of what you're looking for, including overall heights, and we'll talk about that now. So the overall height on this is measured from the very bottom of the shortest one, the one that's all the way at the bottom, to the ceiling itself. And that's going to give us a pretty good range. 30 inches at its shortest all the way to 92 inches at its longest for the standard version. The long version from that very bottom fixture to the ceiling is going to be 30 inches to 146. If you need to go beyond the 146, it's another version of custom that we do. You would send us an email, say you're looking at the 131160, say you have a two-story or whatever going on up there, and you need this to hang 200 inches long or something. You would tell us, I would send your email to the Hubbardton Forge's customs department, and we'd come back with an answer. We do customs every day, so it's not a big deal, and it's free to ask. Okay, I want to move on to a lot of other little details that are here. So this is coming in at 31.6 pounds, and that's something you want to talk to your installer about. This is not slope ceiling adaptable, so you cannot use these mobile 10 light fixtures on slopes, something that is just the way it is. If you are working with a slope, you can give me a call or email me, and I can kind of walk you through other applications of how to make these things work, maybe using a wedge or something like that. Okay, on top of that, why don't we talk about that canopy up in the ceiling, and that's going to be what the cables are hanging from. It's 12.3 inches in diameter. It is about that thick. It's holding a driver transformer, which is going to transform your line voltage down to low voltage, which safely goes down through those cables and powers those little lights down below. A couple things about that canopy up on top. You have a choose your finish pull down menu, right? So when you choose your finish, that's going to be for the fixture down below, so the Tura part. It's going to be for a little part that's just above it before the cable starts. It's going to be for those arms that are holding all the cables, and it's going to be something for something called the face plate. So when you look at that canopy, you can tell the bottom of it is a flat disc, a flat face plate facing down. That's going to be in the same finish as the choose your finish. What's called the can of the canopy, that's the round part that's touching the ceiling, is always going to be in black. And then you'll notice on the bottom of that face plate there's something called grippers, and there's 10 of those, and they're just going to be doing what sounds like they should be doing, gripping those cables. So during your installation, you're going to be pushing those cables up into those grippers. They're going to lock into place. If you want to unlock them and back those cables back out and bring them down a little bit so you can kind of massage this to get it to where you want it to be as far as the design goes down below, you can take your thumbnail, push in those grippers, and they'll unlock, and you can slowly pull your cable out. It's just during your installation. It's not going to be after the whole thing is done, so just kind of keep that in mind. Those little grippers are always going to be in kind of a silvery chrome, so it's kind of a nickel finish. So you've got three things going on up there. You have the can of the top of it is black, the faceplate on the bottom is going to be in the finish that you chose from the choose your finish, and then those little grippers are going to be in kind of a polished nickel. So that's about that. I want to show you a little bit more information about all that and some more information about that canopy, and how we're going to do it is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that out for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, how to put it together, which is very simple, but it's going to show you some good line drawings of the canopy and detailed drawings of the inside of the canopy, how it's going to go over your junction box. So take advantage of that because there's a lot of good info hiding there. It's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's cast frosted glass, which is really beautiful. Again, it's different than the seeded glass we talk about in the other video, but you should, again, watch that other video. Make sure you can see both of these and decide which one is going to be right for you. Okay, now let's talk about what's going on as far as lamping goes down below. You've got 10 lights, don't forget, so you can get a lot of light out of this. It's going to be using G4 LEDs. So this is not a halogen fixture. It's primarily LEDs. You're going to be using G4 4-watt LEDs in each of these lights. A 4-watt LED is about the equivalent of a 25-watt incandescent bulb, so that gives you an idea of how much light comes out of each one of these. So easy to get those bulbs. You can find them at Home Depot and Lowe's and Ace Hardware and places like that, but quite honestly, the easiest place to find them would be probably Amazon. So if you're looking for bulbs, and you can choose different types of these bulbs, and they vary quite a bit as far as the look goes, but they do the same job. So you're going to just Google, or you're going to go on Amazon, you're going to look at and put in G4 4-watt LED, and boom, up pops up a big page. You're going to have lots to see. You can choose the color temperature of the light coming out of it. We talk about that in all our videos. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow, which could be very pretty in this. They're going to offer this to you, these bulbs, in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm, but it's not. That's that bluish white overcast day, and that's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin on a Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is kind of middle of the road, and it's a warm white, soft white. It mimics the light of an incandescent bulb, and that's what's coming down on my hands from these 3000 Kelvin lights above us, and these are LEDs. So that's what we like to use here. So it's really up to you. Really important that you zero in that it's a dimmable fixture without any problems. You just have to order a dimmable bulb. Tell your installer you've done that so they put the right dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.